In a previous video, we managed to power this Casio calculator from 3 lemons. And I've been told this time we're going to generate some energy in the form of a capacitor by charging it up and then discharging. So that sounds exciting, Chris. So you're going to make this one from scratch for me?
Yeah, we're going to make it from a few little tiny things that you might find. An empty drinks bottle, a 3.5 screw.
Okay, does it have to be a 3.5 machine screw, or just has to be a long screw?
We've just found one of these, haven't we? So we've put that into the top, and we just put a little bit of glue in there to secure it. We've got a piece of flex and some aluminium foil.
Okay, so we're going to build this from scratch, effectively making our own capacitor. So you're going to start off by first of all wrapping this bottle in the tin foil and then just using a bit of sellotape to secure it.
I am, yeah. So all we need to do is measure 350 by 150 millimeters.
Okay, so you're trying to cover the entire bottle.
So before we do, let me just, I'm going to strip this back because we need to...
Is that just going to sit between the bottle and the foil?
Yeah, that's just going to make sure that there's a connection between the foil and the cable.
We can't call it sellotape, we have to call it sticky back plastic, I think, from back in the day, because sellotape make it, don't they? They're a company that makes sticky back plastic.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that that will now conduct on there. We're just going to roll this up.
And again, a little bit more sellotape maybe to hold it into position.
We should be fine with that, actually. What we'll do is, here's one that I made sure that I cut earlier.
Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to hold that in place.
I'm just going to put that
all the way around, wrapped it up, kept it pretty much the same size as the bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, don't want it overhanging or flapping around.
And then what we'll do is we'll give it a bit of a squeeze.
Okay.
So nothing sort of really difficult to do.
Okay. Now we need to obviously find out what's going to go inside of the bottle as well. We're
going to put some water inside here, but we need to make sure that we add an additive, which is just table salt, to make the water more conductive. So,
am I right in believing that pure water is actually an insulator?
Pure water is, yeah, pure water is. So we'll put a little bit of salt inside there.
Is there a required measurement, or is it just like a lump of salt in there?
Just put a bit in there.
Okay, and what type of salt is it? Is it normal table salt?
Just normal table salt. There's nothing spectacular. Don't tell wife I've pinched it. So we'll put that in there, and then all we're going to do is just put some water in. So we'll just fill it up with water.
Still water? Doesn't have to be bicarbonated?
No, it doesn't have to be bicarbonated. It just normal still water, and I'm going to fill that up.
The salty water, so it will conduct. So effectively we've got one of the plates on the outside here, which is the foil.
Yeah, so the cap was on there.
Yeah, okay. Give it a little shake, or do you think
Yeah, and I think we'll let that salt
get inside of there.
Get inside there.
Now, when we do this is quite a good one to show in colleges, because obviously you get a nice crack if you get it well, but we've obviously got to get our energy between effectively the screw we've put on the top, which is just glued in place, there's nothing special about that, and the outside, which is our tin foil. Now, this is slightly more impressive, isn't it? Because this down here once was what?
This was an electric fly swatter.
And they're pretty easy to get hold of, and you just obviously remove the end. Why did you use electric fly swatter?
Because I need to have a high voltage.
Okay, and within the handle itself, it's sending the 2 AA batteries to a slightly higher voltage, yes?
Yeah, there's a little DC booster inside there. So
any other ways you could have done it, or is this...
Yeah, we can use a Van de Graaff machine or whatever, something like that. So what I can do is, I'll just want to show you that there is sort of a pretty...
Okay, yeah, next time tell me in advance.
Pretty large spark from there. So what we're going to do is, so we're going to go on there.
Okay. Didn't matter which way around they go.
No, it doesn't matter. No, there's no polarity to it now. So we're going to go on there, and I'm going to press the button.
Okay.
So, we get
sounds like it's fizzing.
Yeah, it is a.
Is that because it's salt water, or is it just because it's water?
It's charging up. So we're going to give it a good charge. So hopefully now we should have charged that capacitor up.
And like any good capacitor, to discharge it, you just bring together.
And we can see.
Right on one side, let's get close.
There was just a small spark on there. So
we'll try it again, yeah.
We'll do it on that again. So
we get to discharge that energy. Obviously, then we go again. We've got a fizz. And when we bring those two ends together, like we've done many times in college and at school, we can discharge effectively a homemade capacitor. Here we go then, Chris.
I'm hoping that I can beat the discharge.
Oh,
Do you see that?
Yeah, I saw that perfectly. Now, is it affected by the size of bottle? If we had a bigger bottle, would we get maybe a larger discharge from it?
We've got a larger capacitance, yes, and a better way of storing it. So what I did was, I thought, well, once I've made that one, I'll make this bad boy here. So
that is big.
This is just a litre and a half bottle.
Now, the rod that you've got in the centre there is almost down to the bottom. Okay, so that's a large amount of water connected to that.
So we've got 2 larger plates this time.
Okay, so onto there. So
what we're going to do is we'll do the same again.
So the rod being the plate itself and the outside being a plate, and then obviously we've got the
dielectric in between the 2 plates. So
there we go.
we're now,
so this is,
we might get a bigger fizz, Gaz.
Okay, I'm nervous. Oh yeah, there's something satisfying about doing that, isn't there? And I noticed, look, you're pressing really hard on that, but it won't know how hard you press. It will still go. You're pressing really hard there. So
what's that?
Yeah, trying to get the energy through there. So we're hoping now that this, because it's larger, okay, so we're going to touch these 2 plates together again. Let's see what we get this time. Oh, yes. That was a bigger crack, wasn't it?
A bigger crack because we've got a bigger capacitance. So lecturers can show that this will store a charge. I mean, we can just leave it for a couple of seconds.
Wouldn't have thought, would you, with 1 plastic bottle, a little bit of tin foil, salt water, and effectively 2 plates, that you could store energy between them.
Yeah.
But that's the principles of a capacitor.
Of course, especially when lecturers are doing capacitance.
So you've pressed that for
So
an
we'll press that
time.
and we'll...
Oh, be careful. Yeah, I would suggest.
Little tiny bit, not a lot, just a little tiny bit.
Little tingle. Oh wow, yeah, that was clear.
It's showing that it is not connected to that supply. It's actually storing the energy
and discharging it. Now you might have noticed in this video another little bottle back here, which looks remarkably like it's baby oil. And if you want to find out what Chris uses baby oil for, check out the video on screen now.